Hey everyone, here we are to episode 3 of the Rookie's Guide. This time around it is the support class. The guys are carrying around the big light machine guns, LMGs in combat, giving ammo to their teammates and literally becoming like a support role. Now, due to the fact you are carrying an LMG, you are going to be a little slower than the other classes, but it's not that big of a difference. But the main purpose as to being a support is you're technically supporting your team. You're being that true support role, in a sense. Now, in order to drop the ammo packs that are in the game, especially, that's your only one gadget you don't get rid of, press left on the directional pad, you won't get it. And right here, you're seeing me actually messing around with the F-35 jet. So this little video is also going to combine with vehicular combat. Now, jets right out of the hand are they're nimble. They're very nimble and touchy. Of course, when you're about to attack, you definitely want to go into first-person view, and then you go in there when you're flying away. Definitely go into third person and then fly. And if you press L3 of your analog stick, you can activate the afterburners for the vehicle. Of course, you're in that turn right when you're being locked down by someone, so that's not good. And of course, you're very lucky enough, your first unlock of the jets is IR flares, which is pretty good, but the problem is it takes some time to reload. So definitely want to utilize the somewhat speed of the jets in order to move it. Leave me alone! Stop banging me, it's annoying. But yeah, when you're being the support role, you should definitely be this objective. And of course, here's the feel of the kamikaze attack. Boom. Okay. I think that I hit the tank, but yet I didn't destroy it. So, it was a fail. So now I'm going on to the Ep3 here, and of course this is where I'm playing with. I take it so much fun. Ooh, gotcha. Ooh, I killed the Wookiee. Interesting. But yeah, when you're support, it's kind of like engineering a little bit, except for the fact that you're you're passing out ammo. If you press right on your analog stick, you can activate one of 3 gadgets that are in the game. The first being C4 explosives, which is quite useful. It actually has 3 abilities you can utilize, and it's actually techniques that do work quite well. First off, it can be used to defend an objective, particularly on rush. Say if you're arming or disarming the IMCOM stations, say you plant, you arm it. You place C4 up there, so you move way off to the side, and you see a defender trying to go over there to disarm it. Pull the trigger, boom, you hopefully get a kill or multiple kills, some damage. Of course, if you're defending and you see someone trying to arm it, you just in reverse, you just pull up and that's how you win. The second way you can do that, and involves the vehicles, is back in Engineer, I mentioned that the sweet spots for pretty much the armored vehicles of the ground, the weak spot is their back, so that's where you would want to place a C4. You put about 2-3 packs of it on the back of the tank, and then blow them up, and you will get kills with it. Now, of course, when you tank, definitely recommended is have one of the, I classify as one of the best attachments in the game for it. It's called the auto reloader. It's basically just auto reloads your shell much quicker. Like it takes half the time to reload, which is pretty useful. Of course, here I got thermal optics, which means I can see anyone that wants to place anti-tank mines on the ground. I can see them and go boom, you're destroyed. Of course, I can see the other enemies, much especially tanks. Now, the third way you can utilize the C4 is just like with the rocket launchers in the engineering class, which can be used to destroy buildings or open up the room of the campers. C4 can do the exact same thing. Like when you see someone's trying to do something, back up. Yeah, it's the problem when you're not an engineer yourself for it. It's something about you will get killed off by another tank. Especially don't expose your size to a tank, so you will lose pretty quick. Now, I want to mention this is kind of actually a technique that you actually can see some videos here on YouTube that actually show it in action. And is put C4 on Jeeps. Some way, you put like C4 on the Jeeps or something, you run in your tank and you run it, get off the vehicle ASAP, and then blow them up, and you should get a kill. It's like here, so there, just an example, you place it in the bag. I disabled and destroyed the vehicle, but I didn't get any kills. But still, that's 150 points right there of just doing damage to the vehicle, which is pretty cool in my opinion. Alright. So C4 is pretty darn useful, you can say, huh? It is. It quite is. Now there's also claymores. The problem with the claymores is that people can't see them a little bit. Yes, they are somewhat visible, yet they can see them a bit on the radar map a little bit. It's kind of a weird thing going on. I think you might have to be an engineer to see that, or have an engineer on your team so they can work. So it's like, it's pretty nice and everything, but the problem is they can get it also if you don't see them and you know, oh, this place is going to be a hotbed for claymores. Like, say, a route to get into its location. And you have an idea what C4 is going to be there. By like slowly walking, by like crouching, and you can avoid the claymore pretty easy. So that's I don't really use claymores because I find out they're kind of weak in a sense. On the third unlock you have for the support class is the mortar rounds, and pretty much is you sit back off in an area and you lob mortars towards a point in order to put down the rounds on them. Of course, you also can use release of smoke mortars, which basically gives cover for your team, just like the smoke grenade launcher rounds of the M320 of the assault kit. It's pretty much the same thing with here. Now, you saw a moment, beforehand. I was just pulling something called the look like a bipod. That's one thing. Right here, on the, you can see, I deployed the bipod. Literally, almost no recoil. I can just hold down the fire on the person and really just boom, 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 keep firing, keep firing, keep firing. And that's where the LMGs do excel at is you deploy that bipod and people are pretty much going to face a wall of lead. That's how powerful it is. Very, very powerful. Of course, once you unlock forearm grip for the your LMG you're using, then you become basically, you can be like the Terminator or something, just going a walking machine gun. It's pretty darn cool, actually. Of course, the gun I'm using here is the M249. It's actually your very first gun you unlock for the support class, and honestly, this is, in my opinion, one of the best guns in the game. Of course, you can get something called the Type 88 LMG through a free downloadable content called the Physical Warfare Pack, and you actually get free other things too. And it's like, okay, cool. Now, of course, this is a kind of fail. Would have been a fail right there if I cut it out. And it's on that the driver of that vehicle backed up into me and killed me. Well, due to the fact that I had C4 still onto it, I just blew it up. Even though it's just so that's a little technique. If you have like planted something on the spot, but you die, switch over to your C4 ASAP and blow them up. It's pretty. It's actually a good technique that I have knowledge of. So having that C4 available is going to be very beneficial for you in the very, very long run. Whereas mortars are useful if you know in an area that can be positioned. But the problem is people are going to see you on the mini map, and especially if the other team's got a mortar guy going, they will lob mortars on you and you get killed. It's kind of bad. The problem is mortars also have a side effect is that even though it's an explosive round, you hit someone nearby, for some reason, people get more splash damage from this than anything else. They don't really get any major hits, which is kind of sad. It's just like, I hit you with a mortar like dead on you, and yet you don't die. It's kind of dumb. Well, yeah. Support, just like you say his name is, you're pretty much supporting fire. So there's a good chance you're going to get something called suppression fire assist, which basically means you're just suppressing fire onto an enemy's position, and you're basically just getting assist for assisting on that help. All right. So you gotta adjust your situation to what is going on. That's how you should be involved. Now, most of the LMGs that so far I've tested around with will almost out of the gate will probably have the bipod attachment, as well as they will have something called extend mags, which basically is more rounds in your Okay, so normally this probably would be probably a 100-round clip. This is now a 200-round clip. Which kind of stinks, but hey, you guys take what you can get. Alright. So yeah, even here he's like, oh, they're shooting at me, they're shooting at me. So when it comes to vehicle or combat, you have to adjust to the situation. Like here, I'm in this, you know, the DMP Jeep. Alright, I was by myself. I can switch over to the gunner position, you know, pretty much ASAP and move. But unfortunately, due to the fact it was in the Jeep, there's no protection. Grenade was not really easy. Here in the chopper, this is a transport chopper, but yeah, there's 2 gunners on board it. So you have a pilot, 2 gunners, and 2 side guys. So it's the top 2 white dots there. Those are those who are not doing anything. We have an engineer. They're the ones who can help constantly repair this transport vehicle with no problem. I think the same thing goes with something called the Blackbird, which is a scout chopper. One's going to be the... I think there's a few positions on those choppers, and they can be used to... and you drive, you know, your pilots, also your gunner, as well as you guys are supporting, engineering-wise, keep the guys afloat. Yeah, failed. God, that jumped out of the plane too fast, so I dive high speed. Whoopsie. But yeah, you can even see the tank. You know, I had to adjust to the situation at hand, and it's like, oh, I got a tank, get into it, use it. You have to jump on them as quick as you can. Like here's a good example of C4 at work, okay? They have one of our Abrams. I put 2 on there. Pull the trigger, boom, kill the person. Right? That's how it is usually. You're right out of the gate, you are going to get like nuisance by them. And they go, I hate you so much, you're using C4 against me. But hey, it's in the game, deal with it. You know, it's going to be frustrating, but it's good. Jets and choppers. Honestly, I don't recommend them using right out of the gate because of how tough they are. Especially when you go into jets, you're definitely going to be fighting against more experienced jet pilots, and you will pretty much get owned by them. Alright, you will get owned by them. But the more and more you practice with it, the more you're going to get better at it. In return, you are going to, you know, possibly get some kills in. Like, I'm not the best pilot in the world. I was lucky enough to actually get a kill, you know, get an enemy killed when they were in their jet, because I was able to get in this right in the moment, right in the nick time, and boom, get him. And it's kind of funny. It was actually they were about to take off the runway, and I flew right over, and I just unloaded my guns onto them, and they just died. It's pretty sweet. Very darn sweet in my opinion. But yeah. Choppers, you really got to be careful with the choppers because of the fact of how very, very, very nimble they are. I mean, the slightest movement, you can just tilt it off to the side just quick, and you lose altitude too quick, and boom, crash. So you definitely, if you ever want to be in the attack choppers, try to be the gunner spot, which basically you're just on the bottom, just gunning, being like just the gunner. And usually you want to have your pilot, someone who's actually has some experience, because you'd be surprised how well some gunners are actually gonna or pilots are gonna fly around with some pinpoint precision and do good. Like, of course, here's the see that person was driving in with the Russians version of the Jeep. I saw him. I shot him really quick. So even when I have the bipod on this gun, you know, burst fire while standing up, and you'll get kills on. But still about the chopper. It's going to take a lot to learn, but you get it. And actually, I remember someone mentioned, it was actually a team, they told me one time, is that scout choppers, transport choppers are more easier to handle when you're first learning than is to be an attack chopper due to the fact that they're not as testy, they how much it takes for them to do a flip or something. But of course, I've actually found out I'm more better with a attack chopper than I'm with a scout. I'm actually getting better and better with it. Once again, experience, practice, 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 and you will go far. Like I said with jets, same thing. You gotta just adjust to. They gotta practice. And actually, there is a video on YouTube. You can look it up, and it actually shows a couple people actually being the jets, and they were just like literally, like Top Gun. They're just flying around, and it's like nothing. They can do whatever they want. They can just pretty much own the sky. It was actually pretty impressive. But that's a technique that works. The two good pilots, they communicated together, and they literally were a pair of flying aces. Alright, land vehicles. Land vehicles are easy. Like I said, back in, I think it was an episode or two ago, I mentioned that, if you're driving a vehicle and you're not ready to go into combat, press R3, and you're going to initiate third-person view, which you're going to give accuracy, literally, that all-around surrounding, so you can go around and you can actually drive more quicker, while you're in first person, with the target sights and everything. That's when you are going to actually when you engage an opponent. Now that's primarily, of course, going to be for like the LAV, the tanks, BTR, stuff like that. Especially there is one called the Tuskaga, I remember mentioned. It's called actually a mobile AA unit, so that's anti-aircraft. And honestly, if you're able to get it, you can actually take that thing and basically make that thing a one-man army machine. You can take down aircrafts, you can take down land vehicles, and yet you can take down enemy ground troops. That's how freaking impressive it is. Yeah, and I know I'm just shooting the chopper with this one. And actually, you can actually hit the gunner with the gun if you do it right, especially if you hit it with a rocket launcher. Especially, I think it's the Stingers or the Russian versions of Stingers, you can actually do it. It's very impressive. But yeah, you got to you gotta aim it just right to get it to work, unfortunately. But still, you just experience, practice, and you get better and better with the guns, the vehicles, any combat situation you're in. You can just I'm just checking here with my pistol because even though we're in close quarters situation, I'm just checking to make sure there's no one up here that may be a threat. Just keep an eye on that. Because it's better to be on alert and everything. Like here's a good example of actually suppression onto a chopper. Alright, I'm shooting at the thing. Because I'm actually putting some damage into the chopper a little bit. First fire it, and like, ooh, spot bonus and suppression kills. Wow, really? I got that? Yeah. Okay. So intel support can be used in multiple roles if done right, but oh well. And unfortunately, we lost, and just the few people that required us for win. So you thought that was a good game across the board, but yet we lost. Oh well. Intel, right? Boom! Wow. Just being as I've probably said this before in the past, and other, my past 2 episodes. Being aggressive will get you kills and get you points. Like here, you're seeing how much points per ribbon gives you something. So most ribbons, Riley Gate will give you about 200 points, but other ones will give you a little bit more. Like example, again, third place gives you 3,000 points, and Rush and Ace Squad War gives you 500 points. So that's pretty darn. That's actually pretty freaking awesome in my opinion. But still, coordination and teamwork is going to be key across the board. In the next episode, I will be showing how recon can be used as an aggressive role instead of being what it should be, as some people are playing it as. So once again, soldiers, you rookies of Battlefield 3, lace up those boots, pick up an LMG, stick some C4 on that back of that tank, blow them up to Kingdom Come, and enjoy the game. See you on the next episode, everyone.